Hi class, for this short section we're going to be looking at the root test, and this is what the root test pretty much says. So you suppose you have this sort of a sequence, and well, if you were to evaluate this limit depending on the value of rho, then you would be able to conclude the following. So if you end up with a value of rho that is 0 and less than 1, then the series converges. If it's greater than 1, it diverges. If it's equal to 1, the test is actually inconclusive. And it's a very short section. I still wanted to cover this test because it's used often. So for example 1, they want us to use the root test to determine whether the following sequence actually series is going to converge or diverge. So in this case, well, we need to evaluate the values of rho, which is going to be equal to the limit as n approaches infinity. So n approaches infinity. And the root test, it's basically used on, well, sequences that have, well, powers of n or some sort of a combination of power of n to see if the series is going to diverge. Okay, so in this case, we're going to be actually taking the nth root, and we're going to just put the absolute value on 2 to the n over n to the 2n. And that actual expression happens to be positive. So you can simply just express it as the limit as n approaches infinity of the nth root. And I'm going to rewrite it as 2 over n squared raised to the n. And this is going to be the actual limit as n approaches infinity of 2 to the n, 2 over n squared raised to the n, and then raised to the 1 over n. I'm just expressing the nth root. So in this case, the nth root as x to the 1 over n. And then, well, those two are going to simplify. So we're just looking at the actual limit as n approaches infinity of 2 over n squared technically raised to the n divided by n, which is 1, or simply the actual limit as n approaches infinity of 2 over n squared. And in this case, our value happens to be 0. Do remember that, well, this particular one, as we were to expand the actual series, you would have some sort of a actual shape going in this direction. So this would be f of n, which is equal to 2 over n squared. So you would only have the actual dots. And in this case, you would basically conclude the following, because the limit happens to be 0. We're on this first case. So I do need you to quote the test in your conclusion. So in this case, by the root test, the actual series from n is equal to 1 to infinity of 2 to the n and n to the 2n converges. And you can simply just say, because the value of rho is equal to 0. And rho is basically the limit as you evaluate the absolute value. So that is just to determine if, well, which value is it approaching as n approaches infinity. That's actually it for this one. And don't forget to actually mention the actual test in your conclusion. Okay, so let's take a look at problem B. And in problem B, well, I'm just going to evaluate the values of rho. So in this case, rho is equal to the limit as n approaches infinity of the nth root of the absolute value of n over 2n plus 3 raised to the n. And same idea, this portion is actually positive, so I'm just going to drop the absolute value. So this is still the limit as n approaches infinity of the nth root of n over 2n plus 3 raised to the n, which is just going to give us the limit as n approaches infinity of n over 2n plus 3 raised to the first power. I'm just canceling in one step basically the root and the n power, so that's going to give you the 1, which at this point we end up evaluating. So this is going to be equal to the limit as n approaches infinity of n over 2n plus 3. And at this point, let me multiply by 1 over n and 1 over n. So we end up evaluating the actual limit as n approaches infinity of technically 1 over 2 plus 1 over n, which in this case ends up being a half. And this is, well, because the actual series of 1 over n is going to approach infinity. So you have this portion here for 1 over n is equal to f of n. So this one goes to 0. And let me fix this sketch. So this is f of n is equal to 1 over n. So once again, the value of rho happens to be less than 1. We're in this scenario here. So by the root test, we're going to have that the series from n is equal to 1 to infinity of n over 2n plus 3 raised to the n power converges. And you can just say because the value of rho is equal to 1/2. Okay, so that's it for this one. It's a very short section. Tomorrow I'm planning on doing the ratio test and then showing you how to use those, well, mainly the ratio test to determine the radius of convergence for a power series. But that's actually it for example B. Let me jump into example C, which is also going to be very short. At this point, I'm just going to say that rho is equal to the actual limit as n approaches infinity of the nth root. And this is going to be the values of 2 to the n over n to the 10th. I'm not going to put the absolute value because it's not going to change any of your values. All of these are going to be positive. So, I mean, you can add it there, but it's not going to change the main outcome. And this is equal to the actual limit as n approaches infinity of 2 to the n over n to the 10th raised to the actual 1 over n, which is equal to the limit as n approaches infinity of, you're going to end up with 2 over n raised to the 10 divided by n. And this one, it's going to be 2. And let me explain why. And as you look at your denominator, as you look at the limit as n approaches infinity of 10 over 10, this is equal to 0. So your entire denominator it's going to be approaching, well, technically n to the 0. So it's going to be 1. So you end up evaluating an actual value of 1 at the bottom. So this is 2 over 1, which happens to be 2. And let me give you the graph of, actually, let me graph it so that you see it. So the graph of 10 over 10 over n. So give me just a second. Okay, so here's the graph. So you can see that as basically as x approaches infinity, your function approaches technically the values of 1. So this is a limit that appear in Calc 1. So technically we're interested on this one after the values of 1. And at 1, it's actually coming from up here, and then it's just going to do that at the values of 1. So you're going to have this asymptote. So this is just f of n, which is equal to n to the 10 divided by n. So in this case, I'm just going to say that on the justification, the limit as n approaches infinity, is equal to 1. So therefore you end up with the 1. And then with respect to the actual test that we're doing, so by the root test, the actual series of n is equal to 1 to infinity of 2 to the n and n to the 10th diverges. And this is just because, well, the values of rho is equal to 2. So in this case, we are in this scenario. If rho happens to be a greater than 1, then the series actually diverges. If it's equal to 1, it's inconclusive. Which takes us to the last problem. So on this one, the values of rho is equal to the actual limit as n approaches infinity of the nth root of the absolute value of 1 minus e to the negative x. And I'm just going to take out that exponent raised to the n power. So this is equal to the actual limit as n approaches infinity of technically the absolute value of 1 minus e to the negative x. And this is going to be raised to the n power and then subsequently raised to the 1 over n. So we end up evaluating the limit as n approaches infinity of technically the absolute value of 1 minus e to the negative x. And let me just take one more step. This one's going to be the limit as n approaches infinity of 1 minus 1 over e to the x, which this one actually goes to 0. And this particular one gives us a value of 1. And the justification, let me just put the sketch here. Your e to the negative x, let me graph it and then I'll come back to this. Okay, so here's the graph. So the actual, hold on, wrong graph. Okay, here it is. So if you're just looking at the negative e to the negative x is go to 0. If you look at the entire expression with an absolute value, it's going to go to 1. So at this point, let me just put the dots at the bottom. And this test is inconclusive. So we're looking at, so our graph as basically setting it equal to 0 is just going to look like that. And then in this situation, because the value of rho is equal to 1, the test happens to be inconclusive. So you would just say that by the root test, the test is inconclusive because the value of rho is equal to 1. And I'm just going back this portion where if the actual limit is equal to 1, then we don't know if it converges or diverges.